Alright everybody, this is the first episode of #1 rule in Pokemon. And what is the #1 rule? It is to have fun. Have fun. Alright, so I just wanted to talk about counters to the metagame right now. And most of the metagame is SP, Gyarados, Jumpluff, and Gengar. And by SP, I mean involving all of the frickin' Blaziken, FB, Garchomp, Dialga, Luxchomp, whatever they are, the Sableye, they're all basics. They're all in the SP category for me. #1 counter and the oldest would be a solid Machamp line, a 2-1-2, I would say. Because Takeout can pretty much kill anything. That's a basic. Because Garchomp is the second biggest SP Pokemon. This guy. For one double colorless or one energy and an energy gain, you can one-shot a Garchomp Supreme Victor's level X. There's Relicanth Supreme Victors, which will give you the utmost ability to utilize nothing, and I'm just going off on a tangent and talking about nothing. Yeah! Mewtwo Spiritomb allows SP to do nothing to it, and by getting just this on the field, you should be able to auto-win an SP deck unless they run a tech to go against the Mewtwo. Then there's Spiritomb, which stops all your trainers, energy gain, power sprays, as long as the sting stays up. And then you have the Pixies, and they make all their SP Pokemon do one more, or need one more energy in order to attack. Plus, this helps you draw, this stops their powers, and this stops their attacks. All in all, a good combination. And then Mr. Mime, he prevents, he just is going like this with an airy wall and moving. Makes it so they can't attack it unless they have 3 energies. Even with an energy gain, they still need the 3, making the attacks take forever, but they can still get around it by sniping for 80, for dragging up with Bright Look, and dragging out with Blaziken, etc. The second deck I want to talk about is Gyarados, and Gyarados counters. Mr. Mime, most common, Airy Wall. He'll stop any Gyarados in their tracks because their attack has no energies. No energy attack, can't attack this. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll either Crobat it to death, or Luxray it out, or Cyclone you away. Honchkrow, I would play this one because you can evolve it in the same turn that it's played with its Dust Stone. I don't even know what that is. But on the bright side, you can drag up their Magikarps from the discard and make them do 60 less or 30 less damage. So potentially only doing 60. Team Galactic's Wager and Looker's Investigation both allow you to shuffle your opponent's deck or your hand into their deck, allowing for a disruption effect during the game. So a combination of this with these should be able to net you the win versus Gyarados. The next is going to be Jumpluff counters. A Jumpluff counter. Dusknoir is a big one because you can just shuffle in their Claydolls, shuffle in their Uxies. I wouldn't do that, but I mean, shuffle in their Jumpluffs and Regices and whatnots they run. You can always run a 1/1 Houndoom. Houndoom has a body that says if you have less bench Pokemon than your opponent, which they usually have a full bench, and you usually have 3 or 4 because they keep knocking out things. All of his attacks do 40 more damage, and for one colorless, he does 20. And if the defending Pokemon has any damage counters on it, they're burnt. So the 20 plus 40 is 60, and then Jumpluff has a ×2 weakness to fire, so that one-shots a Jumpluff. for nothing, pretty much. And they run the broken time space, so you just, boom, right there. And then you could always tech in a Ditto with a multi-energy, because they're doing however much damage they're doing with mass attack, and you for 1 energy can just copy their HP and knock them out at the same time. Yeah, and then Spiritomb can stop them. That's another thing. It just slows the setup. They rely on they have to rely on Beyblades instead of the communications to go and get their pluff set up. So that's Jumpluff. And then the Gengar counter, I would have to say, you could always go the old-fashioned way and Dark Engage, turn your active Pokemon dark, and then hit them with weakness. That's the oldest trick in the book, I guess. Again, Ditto with a multi-energy or Psychic, because most decks run Psychics sometimes. Yeah, you just throw a multi on this or whatever, attach 2 energies, and then you're doing the Gengar switch attack, or you're doing Spiritomb's Darkness Grace, or you're doing the Stormfront Gengar with Poltergeist. You can put 60 on there, guys. And then the actual deck that counters it would be the Honchkrow, Garchomp, Sableye. It's just a disrupting deck, and I'll post a list or come up. I have a list built, so I mean I'll post a list sometime soon, and I'll talk about that in another episode. Another card that I don't have for Gyarados would be the Platinum Giratina, the Let Loose, because both players shuffle their hand into their deck and then draw 4, which is very disruptive to a Gyarados, and pretty much to most decks too. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say in this episode. There's more to come. The next things I want to talk about is recovery, how to get back in motion into the decks. If you get something knocked out, how to get it back as fast as possible. But yeah, this has been a look into counters and techs, whatever you can tech your deck into. Nationals is coming up with Unleash coming out. There's going to be a whole new trainers, so you can probably throw tons of that stuff in there. I really don't know what's in the set. I'm just looking forward to it. But the next thing I'll talk about would be recovery, and then after that I'll go into details about the Sableye Honchkrow deck, because I've only just built it, and the 4 games that I played with it, I donked the first one and then won the other 3. But yeah, so have fun, because that's what this game is all about, is having fun. And I will see you later. Cards used today. Alright, have fun.